What if I told you that within the next 24 to 72 hours, you could upgrade your money story, upgrade your money consciousness? No matter what your current financial reality is right now, you have the power to do that. And I'd like you to stay tuned with me for the next couple of minutes while I explain how you can do that in great detail. Let's start by talking about stories. Stories form one of three identities that we have. We have a body identity. We assume that we are the body. Number two, we have a thought identity. It's all the thoughts that arise during our day. We attach to those and give them credit and credence to being an identity that we attach ourselves to. The third one is the story identity. So the story we keep telling ourselves, in this instance, about money, finance, and consciousness around money, and the reality that is reflected back to you in your outer world is just that, a story. Science and research has dug in deep over the last 30 to 40 years and have come up with some astounding truths. The story we tell ourselves about anything in our life, in this case about money and your relationship with money, is just that. It's at best 50% accurate based on memory. So you may look back through the window of time and you may recall memories where you interacted with money, where you had a hard time or a good time with money, where you saw other people interacting with money, probably your parents, whether you grew up in a single family income home or a single parent home, or you had two parents, both working, whatever it may be. You were bought into a story. You were brought into a story that was handed to you. Just like when you were a wee baby, you were dressed, you were clothed in garments by mama or dada, okay? You were given the story based on your environment. So it's not who you are. It's not your identity. You assumed the story to be true because you saw those people you looked up to, you revered, you pedestaled as a young child as being true in their dispensing of what is real. So if you're still with me, comment below. I'm here. I'm here because I'm about to dive in deep. So if you want to upgrade your money story, your money consciousness within the next 24 to 72 hours, then this is how you do it. I'm inviting you, encouraging you to step back from the story you currently run, the story that is currently running your financial life. And the first thing I want you to do is to look at the outer world. And you may not need to look for very long because you will have an instant feeling about your financial story. Ugh, I don't like the way that it feels. Or yeah, money comes to me really easily, or somewhere in between. You may know what's in your bank accounts right now. You may know how much you're earning. You may know how much you're receiving from outside sources. But right there, you'll have a feeling about it. If you don't feel good about it, it is baked into your nervous system as a memory because you have run a story consciously and subconsciously for all this time. So if you are over 40, especially, then you have had a greater chance to run repeating loops, the same story, because you've had more life on the planet. You've had more interactions with money exchange, more interactions with earning, not earning, making money, losing money, investing, whatever it may be. So you've got more runs on the board, and therefore you've got more energy in your nervous system that is replenishing, restoring, and recalibrating the story that you're running about your money. Okay, so if you're still with me, hang in there. Look at your outside world. That's number one. How do you react or respond to that? You have a feeling about it. Number two, the story you run is at best 50% accurate based on memory. 50% accurate. So that means that the other 50% that's not accurate is made up because the story is just that. You've told yourself repeatedly that you can't make money, or you only reach a certain income level, or you can't break through a certain income level. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort and pressure and grind and attention you give to the outer world, you just can't seem to get your head above this ceiling. You always default to a floor or a baseline because that's your default measure. I feel I can't go below that because that feels safe. I can't go above that because that feels safe. That's all part of the story. So now we go to step two. Once you feel what your financial reality is right now, you get to choose. Do you want to change the story? Because the story is a fabrication. The story is made up. You are an actor in your own play. You are reading from a script that was handed to you by potentially your peers, your parents, especially at the beginning, your grandparents, those you grew up with, the environment. It's made up. So, do you want to change it? If you want to change it, then let's go to step three really quickly. What I'd like you to do is to invest the next 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, write down what you would love your financial life to look like. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want it to feel like? What are the experiences that you will be having in this new story? What are the experiences you'll be having? Because money is an instrument that buys an outcome, but money is not the only pathway to have the experiences you want in your reality. I can tell you that without 100% certainty and 100% confidence because I've used this many, many times in my life to upgrade my money consciousness, and I know it will help you if you give your attention to it. So step three is for 5 minutes. Write down what you would love your financial story to look and feel like, and what are the experiences you would love to have in that new financial story. What are you doing during the day? What are you doing each week? What are you doing several times a year? All those sorts of things. Okay. Step four. Step four, really important. I'm encouraging you for 5 minutes every morning before the day starts, before you move into beta brain waves where you're all attention and focused and action oriented. Stay in alpha brainwave, which is normally that brainwave state that you wake in or that you fall asleep in. Very receptive brainwave state, the alpha. And then, of course, there's theta and delta and gamma, which is way off the charts. And I'll do another video on that as well, on how to program your subconscious mind. So if you do want that video, then comment below alpha. Okay? Comment below alpha. So this step here is for 5 minutes every morning when you're in brainwave alpha. Very receptive. It's an imaginative state. You're relaxed. You are going to read and revise and upgrade that 5 minute story you wrote previously in step three. You're going to read it and you're going to feel into it. And the reason you're doing this is because you are rewiring your chemistry of your body through your feelings. You're rewiring your circuitry, your brain, your mental wiring. And with that, you rewire your field of potential, your field of energy within the body and around the body. Because now the story only became a story because you kept telling it. So start telling a new story. So for 5 minutes every morning, read it, feel into it, and imagine those experiences that you wrote down in your original statement. Imagine you're already doing those things. Little by little, you will find that there will be shifts in your attention towards what is real and what is not, what you are moving towards and what you are moving away from, what you are growing and what you are pruning in your mental construct, in your energetic construct, and in your frequency. Okay? So go back and re-listen to those 4 steps. It's very, very important to upgrade your money consciousness. Understand the first principle that a story is just a story. It's made up. You are an actor in your own play. You get to rewrite the story. But it's up to you. If you want to change, no one outside of you, no government, institution, education, spiritual community, family community, anyone is going to change it for you. It's up to you. And that's the fifth part of this. Take 100% responsibility. Now, some of you may go push on the eject button right now. I don't want to do that because you're too invested in your financial story right now. You get too much attention from it. You get to tell the story over and over and over. This is where the Sermon on the Mount comes in. So I get on a bit of a rant these days because I know what's possible for you. I've seen it in myself. I've seen the changes in my life, and I've seen the changes in many, many of my clients. And I know it's possible for you. So stop making excuses that the story is your destiny. It's not. It's what you have bought into, what has been made up. So the fifth step is to take 100% responsibility and go back and re-listen. Redo these 5 steps because the outside world is malleable. It's plastic. It's clay in the potter's hand. You are the potter. Everything is birthed from an imaginal act. At the beginning, you're highly receptive in an imaginal state, which is the alpha brainwave state as a child. And little by little, you got reaffirmed and reminded of what the story is because of your environment. The first environment to change is the inner environment. Only then will the outer environment change to reflect the changes within you. Rewrite your story. It's 100% accessible to you and 100% possible for you. Okay? I love this story rewrite. I love this story rewrite. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Make it fun. Make it interesting. That's the best part about this. You get to make it up. You get to make up what you prefer, not what you think you need to swallow, digest as a part of your destiny. Nothing is fixed in stone. The outside world reflects back to you what you affirm yourself to be. Your story is the underpinning narrative that creates shifts and changes in your life. Let me know below how you get on with this exercise, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, if you're still here, like, subscribe. I really, really appreciate your attention and you leaning into these videos on a daily basis, because I want to grow this channel and I want to reach so many more people and help raise the consciousness of you and this planet by shifting yourself into your highest potential. Big love. See you soon.